Hey guys, Bobby here. I have a quick confession. I've never seen Scream before tonight. Bad twist right there, obviously. Yeah, Scream came out in 1996. Um, that was right around when I was born, I think. I think it was that following summer. I was born at the end of May, and then here comes Scream, I think. Yeah, if I remember correctly. What was the release date on that? I can't remember. I can't remember. Fuck it. I don't even care about the original release date. So everyone knows the legacy of Scream, whether or not they know the movie itself. I sure as hell do. The movie always pops up in 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 post '90s horror documentaries as being the major driving force in the slasher film genre in the '90s. After the '80s slasher films more than kind of worn out their welcome. Um, yeah. Let's start with the basic plot synopsis. Blah blah blah. um, this girl, Sydney Prescott, is basically being harassed by an unknown caller slash killer who has been killing off some of not only friends, because the first two victims are two random high school kids, but basically picking off people in her high school, including um, a couple in the beginning, the school principal and her best friend. And who the fuck else was it? It was and some kind of news reporter. Okay, um, obviously, the guys are killed off and everything. But what separates this film from your usual hack and slash slasher films is the fact that it's self-aware, and that's where the major influence comes in. Um, Before that, a lot of slasher films were very very formulatic, formulic, formulat. I don't know what the fuck the damn word is. Previous horror slasher films followed a very specific what the fuck's it called? Formula. Oh my god, I'm fucking blanking tonight. I'm sorry for that, guys. And the and then it never seemed like these people actually watched horror films, which was very hard to believe because a lot of these films were set in the 80s and there were goddamn slasher films everywhere. Whether it was Friday the 13th, Halloween, let's see, was it April Fool's Day, Prom Night? So many goddamn slasher films came out in the 80s. It's very very silly to kind of pretend that these characters have never seen a slasher film like this before because they're all nubile teenagers. And what do we watch? We like to watch shit like that. And this film takes that idea and runs with it, and that's where its major success came from. The characters in it, specifically Jamie Kennedy's character, are very very familiar with the very um, with the general horse formulas, and the killers of course as well. Um, so they kind of have that backdrop, even though sadly a lot of the characters still don't know that well um, what kind of situation they're in. It's very easy to see the influence on this because of course it's a very fresh take on the then worn out slasher genre, and in a way it's kind of like the '90s Cabin in the Woods. I'll get into that later. So, anyways, there we go. Basic plot synopsis. I'm gonna try a new thing today. I actually took notes while watching this movie. So let's see how much this actually helps me. If my goddamn phone was frozen. Okay, first of all, I love the opening. The opening is sets the mood perfectly. You have Drew Barrymore's character, who is basically the Jamie Lee. What the hell was her name? Jamie Lee Curtis's mother in Psycho. Janet Lee. Was it Janet Lee? I can't fucking remember. We'll say Janet Lee for now. for fucking reference sake. She's home alone. She's cooking popcorn, about to watch some horror films, when a mysterious man calls, begins terrorizing her, makes her take a quiz to save her boyfriend, which she fails. Um, it just hits it perfectly. The gore in the film's actually pretty gruesome for what it is. Yeah, you have to keep in mind that during the late 80s and the 90s, MPAA was cracking on film so goddamn much. It's very, very surprising to see some of the gore in this film. In the beginning, this guy is getting disemboweled. And then later, Drew Barrymore's character is stabbed in the chest and in the neck, and then she's hung from a tree. Um, yeah, and so on and so forth. So I like that a lot. David Arquette and Courtney Cox are kind of the standout characters in this film, in this film, and really the series in general. I don't know why, but David Arquette is just I love him as an actor, and I love his character in these films as Dewey, the police officer, and Courtney Cox as Gail Weathers as the bitchy, manipulative news reporter. Uh, yeah, I like the his characters in this film. They're pretty good actually. I didn't. I originally intended on kind of hating Gail Weathers in this film because the third film in the series really made me not like her. Yeah. Anyways, David Arquette still likable. I like him a lot. So let's go on to the next one. Um, hmm. The script isn't too bad. Uh, a lot of praise is put on the script, and while I can say it's a pretty good script, it was honestly nothing too special. Had I seen this in '96 for the very first time, I probably would have loved this film a whole lot more. Again, I'm gonna bring up Cabin in the Woods without any spoilers, mind you. When I saw Cabin in the Woods, I thought it was the most brilliant goddamn movie ever made. I'm not even kidding you. Cabin in the Woods is one of my all-time favorite films now because of what it did to the horror genre. Um, and in a way, Cabin in the Woods took what Scream did, but kind of made it bazillion times more broader. And I feel that if I was, part of the initial audience, I probably would have felt sort of the same way. Um, let's be honest here. They kind of hype up the self-referential shit. While it is there, it's not too evident. I think Scream 4 did a really, really good job on that, referential shit on it, in their film world. But yeah, I did like the story, not as much as I would have hoped to have liked it. I chopped this up mainly to overhype. Yeah, I won't go too far into that. Um, I do like the suspense in the movie a lot. Sadly, this is one of those movies that had a twist ending that was just ruined for me. Um, yeah, I won't delve into the history of that. But like Psycho, this is one where I went into and I already knew what the big twist was. But the nice thing was the suspense still works despite me knowing who would ultimately be the killers. Um, and that's all I'll say about that. Um, they do a pretty good job, leaving little bits and pieces of basically evidence that make you kind of question certain characters and you know their motives and shit. There's a principal. He has a mask. Why does he have a mask? There's a cop. Why is he wearing those boots? There's the dad. Why is he missing? Just a lot of very very good suspense, and I really do enjoy that part of the plot. That's what worked the most for me, I think. So let's go on to the next one. Um, Matthew Willard. Poor Matthew Willard. he was your go-to guy in the '90s, I think, to get your movie pretty big. I don't know why he wasn't. I honestly haven't seen him in a whole lot of shit besides Scream, SLC Punk, and fucking Scooby Doo. But yeah, he was big in the '90s, and sadly, his character is so goddamn annoying in this movie. The character kind of redeems himself in the end. You know, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it like I hadn't before watching it. But it's annoying. But yeah, his characters is so goddamn annoying. He's the stereotypical douchebag who has a cute girlfriend who fucking deserves better than the aforementioned son of a bitch. And I hate characters like that. That's just that's a staple of slasher films, and I understand that. But god damn it, they made his character so fucking annoying. And I like Matthew Lillard. I I think his performance in SLC Punk was brilliant. I fucking love that movie to death. I might do a review of that later. Anyways, yeah, Matthew Lillard, kind of misused in this movie. However, Jamie Kennedy, I liked his character. Um, Although he wasn't given as much time in the movie as I would have liked, he was a pretty cool character. He was a video store clerk, and of course, he knew all the horror tropes. He knew the rules. He knew, this and this and this. How to survive. Be a virgin if you want to survive. You know, just a shit that would get you killed and get you saved in your typical slasher film. And that's a pretty cool plot device that they use in the next two sequels. So let's see. Oh, one more. This is my last one before I give the overall film a score here. Um, there's a pretty good subplot going on in this film about Sydney's mother, who was murdered a year before, and how she put away a man who she believed to be the murderer, and then you end up finding out he wasn't. That was a very good subplot, just because she's obviously questioning herself a lot during the film. And then when the big reveal happened, it's like, oh shit. Sadly, though, this plot. God, fucking dog, man. I'm sorry about that. This plot has went to waste in the goddamn sequels. They used it as a major plot device in, I think, the third movie, and it's fucking third movie. It's abysmal. Oh my god. Okay, I haven't seen the second one yet. I need to see the second one. It's on Hulu. That's how I watched this movie. I found out on Hulu. Said, fuck it, let's watch it. And yeah, I'll be watching Scream 2 pretty soon. I heard it's all right, better than fucking number three. I have watched four a handful of times. I actually did enjoy four a lot. Yeah, maybe I'll do reviews on that one later. So, anyways, the original Scream, 1996. I did enjoy it. This will be one I will be owning here, maybe on DVD, possibly on Blu-ray if the Blu-ray is cheap enough, looks good enough, according to Blu-ray.com. So, anyways, I give this film a very solid 7 out of 10. Um, I once again attribute this kind of lowish score. Keep in mind that, that 7 and above is a very very good score. People love to just bitch at things that don't have a 9 or a 10, and it's like fuck you guys. Um, Anyways, I do think had I watched this film, well, what is it, like almost 20 years ago. Holy shit. In '96, I probably would have enjoyed it a whole lot more, just like I enjoyed the hell out of Cabin in the Woods. But sadly, seeing it here in 2013, it's a bit tired. But that's not to say it's a bad movie. It is worth your time if you're a fan of the horror genre, or if you just want to watch a fun little horror film with some friends or something. So yeah, that's a review. I need to work on this shit because my damn video is going like goddamn 15 minutes, and I think that's why a lot of people don't watch this shit. But the hell with it. Fuck you guys. Thanks to the one or two people who watch each video. I really appreciate you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go now. I need to take a shower, finish off this coke. See you guys.